Let's take a look at the back side of the 4.8 worksheet here. We're continuing with these composition of functions. So here's where we're taking the result of the previous answer and plugging it in for the next. So here I'm trying to find h of g of 3. So what I first need to do is figure out what g of negative 3 equals. So I plug it into the function. So negative 3 squared minus 4. Negative 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the g of 3 now with 5. So what I'm really looking for is h of 5. So h of 5 is equal to 5 times 5, or my final answer ends up being 25. I'm going to go straight across. I'm going to do the same thing. F of negative 2, need to find that first. So f of negative 2 is equal to 4 times negative 2 plus 7. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 7 is negative 1. So f of negative 2 is negative 1. I'm going to replace the f of negative 2 with negative 1. So I'm now looking for g of negative 1. So g of negative 1, plug that into that function. Negative 1 squared minus 4. Negative 1 squared is 1. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. And I have my answer. All right, C. Just want to close that out. I want to find h of negative 1 first. H of negative 1 is 5 times negative 1, or that is negative 5. So I'm going to replace the h of negative 1 here with negative 5. So what I'm really trying to look for is f of negative 5. So f of negative 5 is equal to 4 times negative 5 plus 7. 4 times negative 5 is 20. 20 plus 7, or negative 20 plus 7 is negative 13. D, letter D, h of 0. H of 0, well, plug in 0 for 5, so 5 times 0 is 0. So I'm going to replace the h of 0 with actually 0. So I'm looking for g of 0. So g of 0 is equal to 0, squared minus 4. 0 squared is 0. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. All right, let's go on to number 5. Now instead of using numbers, we're going to use our letters and replace it. So f of g of x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what g of x equals and put it in the place of x in the f of x function. So when I do that, I have 4 times the quantity x squared minus 4 plus 7. So I just need to distribute and simplify. So I get 4x squared minus 16 plus 7. So I get 4x squared minus 9. And I'm done. Same process with the next one. I'm going to take what f of x equals and put it in the place of x for h of x. So I get 5 times the quantity of 4x plus 7. So when I distribute here, I get 20x plus 35. And I have my answer. All right, the next one asks you to find the inverse. So we're going to do some review of inverse. So y equals 4x plus 7. So I replace the f of x with y. Interchange the x and y. So x equals 4y plus 7. So now solve for y. So x minus 7 equals 4y. Divide both sides by 4. So f inverse of x is equal to x minus 7 all divided by 4. So now on the next part is I want to take this inverse function and put it in the place of x right here. So I'm going to go 4 in parentheses x minus 7 all over 4 and then I want to add 7 to see what happens. This is the cool part. 4's are going to cross out. So I have x minus 7, but I'm adding 7. The 7's cancel, and I'm just left with x. That's the cool thing about functions and their inverses. If we do them right, they should always equal x. All right, number 6. Let's take a look at this one here. It says the number of bicycles N sold at one store in a week is a function of the selling price P in dollars. So we give you that function. N of P is equal to 1800 minus 5P all divided by P minus 80. As long as P is at least $80, which makes sense because this value down here can't be negative. The wholesale cost for a store C, cost in dollars for each bike, is a function of the number of bikes N the store sells each week. C of N is equal to 0.002 N plus 2 quantity squared plus 80. Evaluate the wholesale cost C of each bicycle if the selling price is $120. So the first thing that we actually have to do is we know the price P. But P is not located in this function. P is actually in this function, and we have to plug that in to get the number of bicycles that we would sell. So we're looking at, well, what's the number of bicycles we would sell if we charged $120? So that would be 1800 minus 5 times 120, all divided by 120 minus 80. So 1800 minus 600 ends up being a top number, 1200, over 40. So this ends up being 30. So when the price is 30, we sell 30 bicycles. Well, what does that mean to the wholesale cost? So for the wholesale cost, C of 30 would equal 0.002 30 plus 2 quantity squared plus 80. Okay. So if we plug that into our calculator, I'm just going to slide this over just a little bit, so we get 0.002, then you can go parentheses. Well, 30 plus 2 is just 32, so I can really just take 32, square it, plus 80. That will give me the actual price. So let's round to the nearest penny, $82.04. So $82 and, sorry, I said 4, but I think it's supposed to be 5. Yes, 5 cents, my apologies. So now it says, find C of N of 100, and then explain what that means in the context. So it's just like what we did. So we're going to first find N of 100. So 1800 minus 5 times 100 over 100 minus 80. So if I calculate that out, that means this will be 1300 divided by 20, which ends up equaling 26. So I take that and plug it into C of 26, which would equal 0.002 26 plus 2 quantity squared plus 80, and that would give me a wholesale cost of, so now in this case I'm going to go 0.002, and really I could probably just say times 28 squared, since 26 plus 2 is 28, and then plus 80. So my order of operations should hold true, 8157. So I get 8157. So now it says, explain what this means. Well, remember if I charge $100 per bike, the wholesale cost will be $81.57. All right, and this ends page 2.